Most of the things that make the Xbox Series X and S great are pretty obvious: incredible graphics, light speed loading times, and so on. But the consoles also have a few equally awesome hidden features and clever tricks that you might not be aware of.
We'll start off with a very clever trick that the new Xbox wireless controllers can perform. As we all know with previous models, these gamepads have a sync button that you can hold down to pair them up with your console, PC or mobile. But if you double tap that bad boy, it will automatically switch back to being paired with the last device you used, which is absolutely ideal for gamers that like to hop between different platforms with the same controller. It's a neat little trick that goes hand in hand with an Xbox Game Pass Ultimate membership, giving you access to over 100 console, PC and cloud compatible games, and making it super easy for you to bounce between them.
Game Pass provides gamers with an incredible banquet of games to feast on. The only problem is that you might eventually find that your eyes are bigger than your belly, or at least bigger than your console's hard drive. Of course, you could always solve this problem by adding an external drive like Seagate's stylish 1TB expansion card, but you might also find that just managing the stuff that you've got stored on the console itself goes a long way, particularly if you take advantage of the Series X and S's custom installation options, which allow you to pick and choose which part of the game you actually need. All done with Gears 5's campaign mode, but eager to get your horde on? Then free up some room by only having the multiplayer portion of the game installed. Clever.
Okay, this one might not be the most exciting tip, but getting your notification settings tailored just right can make such a difference to your Xbox experience. I mean, if you're creeping through Resident Evil Village on the brink of a heart attack, you really don't want an achievement pop-up to come bursting onto the screen and break the tension, do you? Fortunately, by going to the Notifications tab in the Preferences menu, you can customize what you get notifications for, how long they stay on the screen, and where they appear. Sadly, there isn't a setting for any of the other scary things that are going to jump out at you. Sorry.
Voice chatting with your mates while you play is one of the truest joys in life, whether you're executing precise tactical maneuvers in Warzone or just trading childish jokes about booty in Sea of Thieves. However, you might find that some of your buddies get a little overexcited when things heat up, which is where the option to control each individual party member's volume level becomes really, really handy. It's an elegant solution which avoids anyone's feelings or eardrums getting hurt.
Of course, sometimes you arrive late to the party, and that's where the Friends tab's Happening Now option comes into play. It gives you an instant overview of your Xbox community, so that you can see who is partied up and what everybody's playing, making it as easy as possible for you to jump in and join the fun. If you're a go with the flow kind of gamer, happy to play whatever your buddies are currently into, then this is the perfect way to get straight into the thick of the action.
But if no one in your immediate circle is currently into your new-found favourite game, you can head to the Guides People tab and use the Looking for Group option to search for players to party up with. It's ideal if you need a few seasoned zombie hunters to help you out in Back 4 Blood. And if you can't find a group that looks like a good fit, you can just make a post of your own and the players will come to you.
Even in its alpha stage, cloud gaming on Xbox consoles is already blowing our minds with just how easy it makes it to play with your friends. If you're an Xbox Game Pass Ultimate member, you can literally receive an invite to a game you don't even have installed and watch as the cloud whisks you straight into the game and into your friends group in a matter of moments.
And that's not the only way that the Series X and S help you stay connected. Thanks to the Xbox mobile app, all of the screenshots you take while playing are immediately available on your phone, making it easier than ever to share them with your mates. So whether you've made it all the way out of Hades for the very first time, or you've come across something especially gorgeous out in Sable's desert, you can share the moment with your nearest and dearest.
And those screenshots will look especially exquisite thanks to the Series X and S's 4K capabilities, which offer a truly eye-watering level of resolution. The Series X has the horsepower to deliver native 4K without breaking a sweat, while the Series S targets 1440p and can upscale its picture to 4K as well, with a few titles even delivering full 4K on the smaller next-gen console, like Ori and the Will of the Wisps' enchanting 4K 60 visuals. So if you splash the cash on a fancy 4K television, you can expect your Series S games to look absolutely incredible.
Speaking of resolutions and whatnot, one thing that Series X owners will also want to look out for when purchasing a new TV is HDMI 2.1 support. And while it might look just like a regular old cable, the HDMI cable that comes with the console is actually a 2.1 spec, allowing it to transfer data much quicker and in bigger amounts. So if you've got a compatible TV, your Series X could potentially deliver full 4K at up to 120 frames per second. The only risk there is that your eyeballs may actually explode from pure delight. It does happen.
Of course, no matter how eye-meltingly awesome the resolution is, sometimes we could still use a little help, especially when the screen is really crowded with information or just if your eyesight isn't what it used to be. I mean, you don't want to blow that big cup final just because you misread a scouting report. Fortunately, there's a feature called the Magnifier, which you'll find in the accessibility settings menu that lets you freely zoom around any screen, making sure that you won't miss a thing.
Another awesome accessibility tool you'll find is the option to Copilot, with 2 controls combining to act as 1 player. Turn the Copilot feature on and you can split the inputs between 2 people, making some games way more accessible for people who wouldn't be able to operate the full thing themselves.
And if you want to control your console without hitting a single button, you can link it up to your digital assistant by going to the Devices and Connections menu. I'm not saying that walking into your living room and telling your Xbox to turn itself on will make you feel like Tony Stark, but it will make you feel a little bit more like Tony Stark. Especially if your next 3 words are, "Play Marvel's Avengers."
And if that was music to your ears, then this might be too. You can also connect your Spotify account to your Series X or S to listen to all of your favorite tunes while you play. So if you're absolutely certain that Red Dead Redemption 2's more somber moments would be improved by, I don't know, a bit of K-pop, then you can absolutely make that happen. Best of all, you can control the music through the app on your phone, allowing you to continue playing uninterrupted.
We all know how frustrating it can be to get into the really meaty portion of a game only to be called away from your console by work, school, or one of those other irritating things. But thanks to Remote Play, you can now pick up right where you left off on your mobile device. At least until your boss takes your phone away, you can.
Last but definitely not least, we've got FPS Boost, which might just be my favourite feature. While the Series X and S are proudly cutting edge, they're also all about letting you keep playing the games from generations past that you already adore, which is why FPS Boost was created, supercharging the frame rate of a very large selection of games to make your trip back down memory lane an even smoother affair. Maybe now that it's running at 60 FPS, you'll finally be able to beat Dark Souls 3. Probably not though. Or you could take Dirt 4 out for a spin again now that it's been revved all the way up to 120 FPS. And of course, you can always toggle FPS Boost off when you're feeling a little bit more old school. That's the point of all Xbox Series X and S's best features really, letting you play the games you like, however you like.
The latest Xbox consoles are pretty amazing straight out of the box, but hopefully we've been able to give you a tip or two for getting even more out of them. Let us know any of your own favourite tricks down in the comments and be sure to like and subscribe for all the latest Xbox intel. Bye!